These hot days of July means that it's time to get up early, the crack of dawn, and take care of items in the garden. And today we are going to be taking care of our lettuce bed, which is bolting. Critters have gotten to it. Our chamomile is pretty spent. Just time to clean her up and prepare for August lettuce crops into September. Well, good morning, my friends. It is already becoming a hot July day, and it's about 7 a.m. in the morning. But today I've decided is the day, before it gets hot, to redo our lettuce bed. We have a lot of lettuces that are bolting, flowering. Our chamomile, has had it. So yesterday I was inspired by some Swiss chard and arugula that I got at the farmer's market. So those are going in today. After I take most of all of this out, I've also got some seeds that I'm going to put in. Now, why do this now? You know, July has been thought of as it's too hot to do lettuce. Lettuce is over. I think it's a good time to get your seeds in and get a little bit of it going. So here's what I've got today. I've got this Brentwood lettuce. I love the colors of these, and I think they will take us beautifully into fall. I've got the Marvel of Four Seasons, which is a butterhead lettuce. I've got this romaine called Rogue de Hover. And then finally, mustard. A mustard. I've never grown mustard before, Red Giant. So that's what I'm going to be putting in today, along with the plants that I picked up. I got to get going because it's supposed to be 100 degrees today, and I need to, it'll take me probably about an hour. So let's go ahead and get it done. What do you say? Let's grow. All right, as I get going here, let me just show you my supplies and then take a closer look at what I'm going to evaluate here. So first of all, I have a bowl to catch all of the lettuce that is still usable, and in this crazy lettuce times that we seem to be living in, so I'm feeling very blessed to have this lettuce. And then I'm going to look at some things. Well, wait, let me step back. So I've got that, of course, a shovel, scissors to cut back the lettuce with, my gloves, organic compost, and a bucket to catch all the scraps in. I also, as you cannot see, have my hair up in a ponytail because it is already getting hot, and I don't know how Laura at Garden Answer does it with her hair down all the time, because it just makes me hot sometimes looking at her. But I love what she does, and she does it amazingly. But I need a ponytail. Or a good bun, you know? All right, so first of all, what we're looking at right now is my poor kale, that we do have some grasshoppers and other little creatures that have really decimated it. But what I'm going to do, because I see that there is new life coming in, and one of the things that I have found with kale is that it has a comeback, where lettuce doesn't come back, but kale does. And so Swiss chard can a little bit too. So I'm going to clip this back. As you can see, I have a lot of violas that have popped up here, so I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I might move some of them into some pots that the violas and pansies have faded. I've got this arugula that's flowered. I might be able to save some of the arugula. I don't know about you, but I love arugula. The chamomile needs to go. It has seen better days. It'll be back in the spring because I know it's seeding right now. And then this lettuce here, I can get a little bit out of it, and then the rest of it has to go. My garlic is never did good this year because of winter storm. Got a little bit more kale here that I'll cut back. So yeah, let me see what I find under some of this stuff. And away we go, and Luna will just be sitting here watching me, making sure I get it all done. I will share with you is that I am bummed I didn't get to my chamomile sooner because it's pretty much toast and I didn't really harvest much of it. So hopefully in the fall it'll pop back up, and when the weather gets cooler, and I'll get my chamomile because I love to have a good amount of it for teas, etc. over the winter months. Now, while my cabbage looked really good at the top amongst all the debris that was around it, what you can see is underneath it. It shouldn't, I was shocked that it was even this good at the top, but I gotta let it go to be sure. We already have a whole bucket full that I need to put into the compost bin. And I've got a full bowl of lettuce to get us through this week. To be sure, we do love a good salad. I'm going to get this in the house. And let's see, how much time did all this take me? It took me about 20 minutes to get this all cleared, and with a few interruptions along the way. But I'm going to get this in the house, get it out of the heat, and then I will be back. I'm going to try to figure out which of these violas will stay, which will go, so I'll have room to get my lettuce in. I'm probably going to take this out. Actually, I am going to take this out. This had my beans on it. I'm not going to be utilizing it. Find another place for it in the garden. But let me get these in the house, and I will be back to figure out. I'd like to put the violas around the fairy here. It looks really pretty, and I'll get it out so I can open up these beds to be able to put in more lettuce, etc. So let me get this in the house for now. Okay, well, I've gotten most everything out. Now it's time to reshape the pansies or violas. Most of these are violas. Let me take this off the stand here so I can show you up a little closer. But I like to put the pansies right around my fairy girls. In case this is your first time to the channel, one, I do love pansies. Two, I do love fairies. Two, they are in every single bed throughout my garden. And so I want to surround them with pansies, where you can see right now they're all the way through, because pansies and violas are great reseeders, whether you like it or not. Now there's some that are going to be a little too leggy to move. And when I say leggy, in case you don't know, this is leggy. It's got too much leg and not enough oomph. So I'm going to go through, this is my next task here, is to go through and to see which ones can be moved out of these rows that are going to have the lettuce seeds in them, and then which ones will stay. So that's the next part of this journey. I'm going to go ahead and do it. You don't need to watch me because it's going to take me a little bit of time, but we'll be back when it's all cleaned up. And to give you an even better idea about this transplanting of these violas, it's so easy to do. And one of the things too, at this time of year, you really can't find these in the garden center too much, because everything, it's so hot that nobody wants to carry them, and it's not pansy or viola season. But all I'm going to do is just scoop it like that, and I'll transplant it to the other side. And it's as easy as that, and they transplant very well. As you can see, they're hardy little things, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, some of them, like around the kale here, if you can see that, I'm going to leave them because they're not hurting the kale, and they're pretty. That's what I think about that. So I'm going to go get to it and start doing some transplanting. Okay, well, I'm still working through the pansies. It's a little tedious, as well as a little concerning to be able to pull these sweet little pansies out, some discarding. But I wanted to get these plants in before the heat gets too bad today. It's already amazing. At only 10 o'clock in the morning, it's, I think, getting close to 90 degrees. So I got to get them in the ground. But I wanted to show you something. And it's one of the reasons I got these at the farmer's market yesterday. I noticed that they had the Swiss chard. It looked like several were in there that I could split up. And sure enough, that is exactly, I could probably even split them more, but I'm not going to. So out of one plant, I'm getting 3. And then I'll get another 3 out of this one. And then my arugula, I don't think I have that same luxury in my arugula. No, it's all one plant. So just something to keep in mind. Whoops, there's my finger. Something to keep in mind. And when you're looking at plants, that sometimes you can separate them. And I just love the coloring of this rainbow Swiss chard. All right, onward I go, putting compost in, and then I will be ready for the seeds. There's the arugula. Swiss chard is in. And now it's just to take a few more minutes to sprinkle in. I've put compost down in both of these, in all the rows. And one of the things that I have found quite a few of are roly-polies. And just like any kind of bug, 1 or 2 or 3 maybe is fine, but when you find too many, I just put them in my compost bin, let them go have some fun somewhere else. But here's the seeds, and they are super tiny. Let me go ahead and hold on a second. Here's the seeds, very tiny, and I just use the sprinkle effect when putting them in, and that is just to put them in between your fingers and go up and down the row, just sprinkling them as you go, and then you can come out and thin them out later. Trying to place them exactly as it says on the packet, it's just too much work.
And here is a sprinkle effect. Just, putting a few seeds in between your pointer finger and your thumb and just sprinkling it as you go. Now, I can only reach so far, so I'll mark it with a little stick before I go around and put it in on the other side because I just can't reach that far.
Now, in pulling out the seeds for this Brentwood lettuce leaf, which is absolutely gorgeous, look at the difference in the seeds. Much bigger pellets, so I will be placing these as opposed to the sprinkle effect. You always know when you open up a packet of seeds and you see a smaller packet inside, you're going to get a lot less seeds. So it doesn't say anything about soaking these seeds, which sometimes when there's a hard shell on it, I think it's a good idea. But I don't have it in me today to do one more step. So I'm going to go ahead and just put them in and see what happens. Well, here we are, sweaty me, coming to you at the end of today's project. And all I have left to do is to water it in. And actually, I'm going to water the whole garden by hand, not with this. I do recommend that you water seeds in with by hand as opposed to a hose because you don't want to disturb the seeds for sure. So I'm just going to water these in, and then I'm going to get the hose and water the rest of the garden because it is so hot that the 2 drips that we do a day normally just aren't enough right now to beat this heat. But I want to remind you that sometimes something like this takes a lot of work and patience, right? A lot of patience to get this done. I still have more viola / pansies that I need to spread around the garden, but I will do that on another day. Remember that well, one of the things I want to tell you too is that I am going to start doing a lot of lives, just doing different lives around the garden. So if you haven't subscribed, please be sure to do that. But I'm just going to be doing them where I just set it in a spot like I did earlier this week with the sunrise. But I will be coming Wednesdays to do Grow With Me. So if you have questions you want to come and talk about, please join me at noon Mountain Time on Wednesdays. And what else did I want to tell you? I think that's really about it, except to remember that when you grow a garden with intention, love, and belief, or belief, love, and intention, whichever order is the best for you, you cannot help but to grow yourself. While I am all sweaty and this was a lot of work, it feels really good to have it done. And the thoughts that I had and the meditation I did while I was doing it, thinking about things in my life and just being calm and cool was really cool. So that's it. I'll see you next week here for our weekly video, but I'm going to be kind of sprinkling through the week with lives because I'm starting to find that lives are fun. Yeah. All right. Take good care. Thanks for growing with us, and we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video, and then of course be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.